Okay, if we're going to get into this, let's just jump right in. If God is real, if Jesus really died on a cross for my sins, then why do I have to do anything? My sins are already forgiven, right? See, that's where things get tricky. Does everybody's sins get forgiven? What about the murderer, the child molester, the politician? See where I'm going with this? If all you need to do is accept Jesus and then every bad thing you ever did goes away and you get to enter heaven when you die, then yeah, count me in. I mean, it's a get out of jail free card, right? That just doesn't make any sense to me, Franklin. So tell me again, why the murderer and the thief go to the same hell as the non-believer?
No. Wow, now you're really thinking deep, Jenna. I had the same question. I think a lot of folks wonder about that. The reason the murderer and the thief go to the same hell as the non-believer is because you've been taught in church that it's the sin, exclusively, that lands you in hell jail. While it's true that sin is what ultimately condemns a person to hell, that sin no longer counts against a person who chooses God. Let me make that clearer. It isn't sin that sends the murderer and the thief to the same hell. It's rejecting Jesus, the gift of grace, that sends the murderer and the thief to the same place. And let's be clear about something else. You can't fool God. If a person seeks out the truth, they will find it. Once they find it, if they reject the truth, well, just saying, I accept the grace of God. Now don't send me to hell. That doesn't work. God won't force anybody to love him. He won't force you to spend eternity in a place you've rejected. You can say the words all you want, but if only the murderer repents, finds the truth, and embraces it, then only the murderer will get out of jail free. It's all about seeking the truth and then embracing the truth. Remember what Jesus said? I am the way, the truth, and the life. He's the way to God. He's the truth you're seeking, and he's the only way to escape the damnation of hell. Wow, did I get too deep for you, Jenna?
No, not at all. That actually makes perfect sense. So, why does God make it so hard to understand the Bible? And why do so many bad things happen to good people? See, there's still a lot that doesn't make sense. Okay, I get that if we truly choose to be with God, then he's provided a way for us to do that. I get that now, but why does he still allow the devil to cause so much pain and grief in our world? I mean, that's a pretty big question too. Why doesn't he just send the devil to hell so we can just live out our lives? Then there'd be no more pain and suffering, right? No more murder, perversion, no more sin. How do you answer that one, Franklin? If God had done that in the first place, then Jesus wouldn't have had to come down and die such a horrible death. I guess I still have lots to learn. But these are the questions people are asking. And then there's this whole born again thing. What is that all about? How can you be reborn? Doesn't it say like you're a new creation or something? Is that just a metaphor for thinking differently? Am I asking too many questions? I have a lot more.
I had a lot of questions too, Jenna. I just wasn't finding the answer in church all the time. A lot of churches are more interested in how a person looks or what their lifestyle is than teaching them the truth about what sin is and what truly keeps a person distant from God. It all boils down to free will. Choice was always part of the gift. I don't think that's preached enough in church. Remember, Eve rebelled against God all on her own. And then her husband followed. They weren't possessed. They weren't forced. They made a choice that would change everything forever. I bet Eve would have rebelled against God and taken that fruit no matter who was influencing her. All the devil did was point out that once she rebelled, her eyes would be opened and she'd be like God. Well, her eyes were opened and suddenly she knew the difference between right and wrong. And it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Being born again is more than just a metaphor. Many theologians believe that when one is truly born again, there's not only a spiritual change, but a physical one. We don't have all the answers, but we do have all the truths. It just depends on what truth we choose to believe. Ever think of that? All of us have faith and beliefs. We just have faith and beliefs in different things. I choose to believe Jesus died for my sins, and I choose to put my faith in him. Keep in mind, if I'm wrong, nothing changes. I still die and go nowhere. But if you're wrong, everything changes. When you die, well, you won't be visiting Genesis 6 flags in heaven. Sorry if I got too biblical. It's just that, now that I'm a born-again monster, I just want to share that with the world. By the way, I'm available for season 3. I'm just saying.
You got a little biblical, D, but how do you not? Thank you, Franklin. You've cleared up a lot for me, but I still have tons of questions like, are we really living in the last days? That's kind of scary if we are. And what makes them the last days? How do we know? I mean, my new best friend is a zombie, so there's that. Anyway, tomorrow's Wednesday, and you know what that means. I spend every Wednesday in full makeup and character. It's how I stay a true Adam in my off time. Bye for now, Franklin. See you on set.